Before we begin, I'd just like to apologize for how late this video is, because shit happened at home and I was sick for a few weeks, and two separate events decided to go gangbang me in the first 2 weeks of February. Anyway, brother's birthday came out as a mess. My throat was healing from gonorrhea because of a soiree that I went to. No biggie. All is being done and dusted. But now, I can safely say and discuss and fawn over the men of Manhwa. Manhwa is something I only got into like 3 years ago. Manhwa is something that I only got into like 3 years ago, as it grew more prominent in the YAOI BL community. This just goes to show how gay romance has been a thing since forever, and Christians just refuse to see it! I forgot, it was supposed to be wholesome here. Yeah. You might have been onto manga sharing sites like that cater to YAOI and BL. My reading manga, my parents don't like. Anyways, so it comes as no surprise new entries are the highlight of my lonely evenings. Waxing my carrot. Yeah, let's go with that. We're waxing the carrot. What utterly hooked me though was a particular style of parent I found only in Manhwa. I don't know what they feed them in South Korea, but the muscles! The muscles! The muscles! You know the muscles, right? You should know the muscles. It's fucking unfair how fucking hot they are, but then you know, we're into it. We can't say no. Anyway, I don't know what they feed them, but the muscles, fuck, that's some military training I am tempted to be subject to. Okay, maybe not entirely, but you get the point. I'm into it. We're all into it. Let's not lie to ourselves. Thirsting aside, this one artist drew men in the most promiscuous way possible. At least at the time. The artist's name was Pata. It's kind of spelled with double P and double T. And their interests awoke a fire inside me I never would have thought would have been possible. You see, you might see parts blurred or ducked right now, because I'm also sharing this on other sites untethered. So yeah, please check out those other sites if you can after this one. So please, hold your breeches for that. Yeah, exactly. The first work I ever encountered from Pata was, ironically, fish. I said it, fish. Actual fish. If the goldfish route from coming out on top freaked you out, oh boy, you've seen nothing yet. Our protagonist, named Foyer, gets food by fishing them. He gets it by fishing them with his body. Like normally he tries normal fishing, it's not working out too well, but the moment that his pee-pee went into the wawa, the fish came and they had a sample and they had a nibble. Okay. I know I've said things about my rubber fish things before, but this is absolutely different. This is actual fish. And you know what actual fish have? Teeth! They have fucking teeth. So in theory, I mean in practice this would be a pain, but in theory, they actually made it hot in a weird way. Okay, look. With a fish, he uses his body to fish for fish, but he doesn't do it in a serial killery way. No, it's the most bizarre train of thought. He thought that with the fish going into his dingaling, he thought he'd use his entire body to get more fish. And so he dips into the water, right? He gets in the water, and they grab him from his sausage, and it just devolves. It devolves from there. Let's just say he's a fine catch, okay? I got a better way. I'm not going to describe it per detail, but he's a fine catch. The fish think so too, so they decide to become caught. They just love the bait. It's gay bait. Straight bait, whatever you want to call it. It's his bait. Because he's a snack. Everyone's happy. Even the fish are happy. I can't explain it. It's in the manhwa door. It was wild one. It was a wild one. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can explain it properly without sounding weird, but it's debauchery. Okay, it's debauchery, and it's so debauched that you would definitely fap to it and then have a guilty conscience after. That's what it feels like. Anyway, let's go to the next one. The next one, there's also, okay, the next one involves Let's call it Beastmen because no way were those dingalings outside of the human genome. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It involves... Fuck it, I give up. It involves... I shouldn't like it, but I do! Ah! I shouldn't like it, but I do. Because it's filthy and it's disgusting, and I kind of want to be treated like a gutter whore. Anyway. Look, look, please look at me. I beg you, I beg you, I beg you, I beg you. Most of Pata's works involves dubious consent, shame kink, voyeurism, gangbang, humiliation, bareback toughness, and it's utterly depraved and utterly horny. Since the initial language is in Korean, I can't really blame them. Look, Asian countries have been sexually repressed, so we go ham. We go ham. I even have this funny chart I saw from Twitter the other day, and it just felt so accurate, right? You know, Japanese BL is very creative. Korean BL is utter smut. Chinese BL is very angsty and dramatic. And I agree. I've seen that side now. I will never be clean, and that's okay. Because I'm baptized in semen, that's pretty much it. Anyway, what? How do I explain it? I swear to God, the man has made some of the juiciest smut in town. I just want to lick, swallow, and bite everything. He was my... Okay, so Pata has been my introduction into the world of manhwas and how juicy other countries try to make their stories. His stories do have some decent plot. Though... I'd be lying if I said I didn't like his Wizard Orc series the most. Like, okay, here's the plot. It involves a very narcissistic wizard who gets put into his place by his orc rival turned husband. He turns into his orc husband with dubious consent. But he's kind of into it. Here's where it gets worse. The orc husband likes to punish and shame him because he's so daft and stupid. What's even funnier is he gets off from the shame and punishment, and I'd honestly be into it too, but with someone I trust to cater to my well-being afterwards, because it's good for theory, it's good for play. It's good for play, but outside of that, you need someone to help you heal and shit. Yes, those exist, and when you play into humiliation, you are playing. Please remember, it's not like an absolute mindset to be a utter gutter whore cum bottom. Okay, look, okay. I feel like every time I explain these things, I have to give like BDSM 101. I am not qualified enough to teach the Academy of Dom Sub Mentality. I do have a crash course though, so we could work with that. Anyways, mindset of Dom Sub is different from what we have to act in real life. It's not like a perpetual mindset of being horny. You can get crafty, you can get crazy though, I will say. Staying back, let me just say, his work is worth the effort and the smut, and I encourage you all to explore. It has always been my recommendations to give things a shot and dip out once you can securely say it isn't for you. But for me, it was for me. I'm sorry, but this slattern is beyond redemption. Look at me. I'm a sock puppet ready to be used. I'm ready to swallow. I'm ready to store your discharge. Hell has no place for me. Oh wait, hell has a place for me, and it's called Horny Jail. Before we wrap up, let's thank my supporters and patrons for helping me make this possible. I swear, I just love sharing videos like this, and I'm glad to experiment my layout with more personal pieces like this, even if I have to censor a good chunk of it. Yeah, look, I prefer to be uncensored, but at the same time, I'll give you guys the option, so this is just a way to get out there. Anyways, if you want to check out some of my other works, especially unducked and uncensored ones, consider joining my Patreon. We make a lot, and it really helps a lot. It really helps keep me up, you know? I've been at this for longer than I should have, but at the same time, it's just so fun. So I'm gonna continue having fun. And I hope you guys can join me having fun. Next up, we're gonna talk about my worst sex on Grindr this year, thus far. Yes, there is one. I have got to tell you guys about it. Anyway, CaliMack signing out. Bye for now. Bye.